Okay, come on. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. Hold on tight. You're in for one crazy ride tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show. Hashtag one on YouTube. Tonight we have with us Isaac Garcia. Welcome to the show, Isaac.
Thank you for having me.
So, Isaac, let's talk about your racing career. How did you get started in this awesome sport?
When I was started back when I was like 2 or 3 years old, my dad he put on a NASCAR race, expecting me to just fall asleep. But I ended up just watching the whole thing, and from then I just fell in love with the sport and started racing quarter midgets right before I turned 9.
Okay, so when you climbed behind the wheel of your race car for the first time, what was that experience like for you?
It was an unreal experience. It was just so much joy going in, and I was ready to tackle the beast that is quarter midgets.
All right. So, Isaac, how much success have you had as a race car driver?
At the moment, I'm currently won 4 Texas championships, having 2 apiece in my senior animal and light 160 class. And last April, I won my first ever NASCAR Youth Series national race in Talladega in my light 160 class. And
Very
currently
cool.
fighting for a top 5 in points.
Very cool. So, Isaac, when you celebrate your victories, okay, when you win, how do you celebrate your victories?
Probably by um thanking my dad for giving me a good car.
All righty. So, what's an awesome day at the racetrack look like for you?
Hanging out with friends, having good races, competitive races, and obviously winning. That's an ideal day at the racetrack.
Okay. What's an awesome day at the race shop look like for you?
The race shop. So at the probably just working on my dad and getting to know the cars.
Okay. So, Isaac, what is the story behind your racing number? Where did that come from?
Racing number. So my favorite number's always been the number 3. I remember thinking to myself, what's better than 1 3, 2 3? So just 33 now.
Okay, very awesome number, Isaac. A little something I was gonna tell you about your number 33 that you now that you brought it up. That number back in the late 80s, early 90s was pretty famous in NASCAR with a guy by the name of Harry Gant, Mr. September. He
Heavy
won
again.
like four yeah, he won like four races in the month of
Yeah.
September in that car.
Yeah, I think he won 5 in a row.
Yeah, yeah.
So pretty
And then
phenomenal. Yeah,
Joe Nemechek got behind the wheel of the 33 car and yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So Isaac, okay, let's talk about your sponsors now. Who do you have for sponsors on your racing team?
My current sponsors is Julio's Corn Tortilla Chips, Golf Carts of Cyprus, Redline Synthetic Oil, Adami Garza, Manuel Garza PC, Dr. Stephanie Riesinger of Kelsey Seaboard, Maybe D's Meatballs, Be Safe LLC, Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home, and 3A Ranch.
Okay, very cool. Are you still looking for sponsors for your racing team?
Yes, we're willing to take sponsors at any time.
Okay, so how does one get a hold of you to sponsor you?
It's a great question. I'm not sure how to answer that exactly, but I know my mom can.
Okay, do you have a Facebook page that they can get a hold of you on?
Yes, we have the Facebook page at Garcia Racing 33.
So, ladies and gentlemen, reach out to Garcia Racing 33 if you'd like to sponsor Isaac. So, Isaac, do you have a racing nickname?
Racing nickname, not like an official one, but my dad, he calls me Iceman because I'm always cool-headed in the car.
Almost like Val Kilmer in the movie Top Gun, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, okay. So, Isaac, okay. What are your future goals as a race car driver?
My goal is currently to make it to a Cup Series, so that'd be ideal.
Okay. So, Isaac, okay. What is your home racetrack you race on?
My home racetrack, well, I'm from Houston, but there's no quarter meter tracks in Houston, so my home track is Lone Star Quarter Meter Association in San Antonio.
Okay. So, what is your favorite racetrack you've ever raced on?
A racetrack. My favorite racetrack, it's hard because there's a lot of tracks that we go to and in the Dixie series that I run, and they're a lot really good. But I really like the Indianapolis track that we raced at this year for nationals. I thought it was a really fun track and had a good mix of skill and good and needing a good car.
Okay. Are you pretty good about reading the racetrack?
Uh, I'd, I'd say you can usually pick up on tracks pretty easily.
All right. So who is your racing hero? Who do you look up to as a race car driver?
Mm, let me think. I mean, I really like Dale Earnhardt, Man in Black.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So Isaac, who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
Into this chat. Well, some of my friends that I usually see, Justin Robles, I'm good friends with me and him are really good friends. I have some friends from Texas and friends ranging all over the country.
So Isaac, I got a question for you. I know somebody that raced at the racetrack you raced at. He's now racing late model stuff. Are you friends with Tristan Pena?
Oh yes, we're very good friends.
Yes. So okay, Isaac. Okay. Um, um, okay. When you're strapped in your race car, getting ready to go on the racetrack, what helps get you psyched up and motivated to go out and do this?
Probably just watching the races before me and knowing that this is the sport that I love and just getting in the zone, being ready to go out and do what I do best.
Okay. What's the best piece of advice you've gotten so far as a race car driver?
Piece of advice. Uh, thing that's a great question. Probably to make passes fast from. I'm pretty sure from Tristan Pena. I'm pretty sure he told me he's given me a lot of advice. He's told me everything that I know. So a lot of credit to him. But I'm pretty sure it's like you gotta make passes fast and you can't hesitate at all.
Okay, if you were to give advice to some of the new kids coming up in the racing world, what would you give them for advice?
Probably don't overreact mid race over something little and always try and be as consistent as possible.
All right. So, do you have any huge races you're looking forward to racing in yet this year?
Um, my next race is gonna be I'm racing in Huntsville, Alabama next weekend, so getting ready for that one. And then
Okay,
my biggest race coming up is in Charlotte, Tennessee, for the national.
very cool. Good luck to you out there.
Thank you.
So, okay, all right. So, who's all on your racing crew?
Um, Me and my parents, my grandparents, they helped me out a lot, so I can't thank them enough. I can't thank them enough for all that they've done. It's pretty much just us, except we have got a lot of help from our friends at Twisted Wrench Racing. They've been helping us a lot this year.
Okay, so okay, Isaac. All right. Um, okay. So you were on your racing crew. What's your favorite job working on your race car?
My favorite job working on a race car, probably wrench, probably holding stuff for my dad. That's what I usually do.
Okay, all right. So Isaac, do you have any crazy racing stories you'd like to share with us?
Crazy racing stories. Well, one of my favorite racing stories is once in a regional in San Antonio, I think in 2023. No, it's 2022. I in senior Honda. It was an eight car pack, which is pretty big for Texas. And I remember like halfway through the race, my tire came off when I was in like third place. Had to go all the way to the back, and after a caution-filled race, I came back to win it.
Very cool. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
So, okay. So, what do you like to do for fun away from the racetrack?
Well, I like to play my computer, play on iRacing or BeamNG at home, and I like to run around. I have a lot of energy and I'm really fast, so I'm good at cross country and long distance track.
Very cool. Very cool. So, all right. At this portion of the show, Isaac, I like to turn the mic over to my guest. If you have a couple questions you'd like to ask me, you can ask me a couple questions.
Yeah. So, I heard that you raced quad midgets, and how was that for you?
I actually have never raced. I've been a racing fan for about 30 years.
Okay, it's cool. Well, how's
Yeah,
that been?
it's been pretty cool. I can remember back in the day, Isaac, long before you were born, when Harry Gant raced and Alan Kowicki and Tim Richmond and Earnhardt Sr. and Rusty Wallace and all them raced.
It's a pretty exciting time.
Yeah, and I remember too, back in the day, Isaac, being you're up on racing history and stuff. I remember Davey Allison also.
Oh yeah, Davey Allison.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, him and Alan Cookie, they had some good battles.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was really cool back in the day, Isaac, is when Davey and his dad finished 1-2 in the Daytona 500.
Well, yeah, I just heard about that like a few days ago. Whenever I learned that happened, I was like, that's pretty cool.
You want to know something else crazy, Isaac, is Davey Allison, 1992, he had an up and down year. One of the big things he had happen to him, Isaac, is he was racing at Pocono and he got tapped a little bit on the side and he flipped like 12 times down the back straightaway.
It's a really gnarly crash. I've seen it before. Like when
He
the
he ended
other.
up having he ended up breaking ribs, broken arm. Oh yeah. And they says to him, Davey, you can't race for a while. And he's like, watch me. So they made a rib brace for him. Well, then his arm that he broke, it happened to be his gear shifting arm. So they put Velcro on his gear shifting glove and they literally Velcroed his hand to the gear shifter.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen a video.
Whatever it took to win.
Yeah, I've seen a video about that, and he like kept getting injured in '92, and he'd always just come back to win.
Yeah. And the crazy thing, how he passed away, Davey, Isaac, he passed away in a helicopter crash at Talladega.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad. But I think that's
Yeah.
he also passed in a similar way, I think.
Yeah. Airplane accident at Bristol, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And Alan was the actually first and only owner driver to win the NASCAR championship till Tony Stewart did it.
The Tony Stewart did it. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And Alan Kowicki, he he didn't have a lot of sponsorship going into 1991. He had U.S. Army for like one or two races. Well, then after that got done with, Hooters come on board and says, well, we'll do a limited schedule with you just to see what happens. Well, he did fairly well, and they just signed a full-time deal with him. And he drove on a limited budget to win the NASCAR championship.
Yeah, I know. I've heard that story, and it's a really cool and inspiring story.
And something else, Isaac, his victory celebration was pretty cool. He used to do a reverse victory lap around the track
Yeah, I've done that once or twice.
called the Polish victory lap.
Once I asked my dad if I could do it, and he said only do it at big races. Just kind of
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So, Isaac, do you have any other questions for me?
not that I can think of.
Okay, is there anybody else you'd like to give a special shout out to for helping you get this far with your racing career?
I'd have to my parents and my sponsors and my grandparents, they helped me so much throughout my racing career to get me where I am.
Okay, so Isaac, I'd like to thank you for being on a racing show tonight, talking to us about your racing career, getting to know you a little bit better. I will have you step out and I will give you a call in a little bit to thank you, okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Isaac Garcia on our racing show tonight, talking to us about his racing career. Go hit up Garcia Racing 33 on Facebook if you'd like to sponsor him or get to know him a little bit better. But if you'd like to sponsor our racing show or be on our racing show, feel free to call us or text us at 712-209-713, or you can email us at jjnolan151@gmail.com.